Welcome to my channel. Here is Amina Mama, in her book Beyond the Masks, Race, Gender and Subjectivity. Amina Mama is a Nigerian feminist scholar, writer and activist who has made significant contributions to the feminist movement through her research, activism, and teaching. She has written extensively on the intersections of gender, race, and colonialism in Africa, and has been a vocal advocate for the rights of women and girls on the continent. In this video, we will explore her life, work, and legacy. Amina Mama was born in 1958 in Nigeria. She grew up during a time of great social and political change in the country, as Nigeria gained independence from British colonial rule. Mama was educated at the University of Lagos, where she earned a bachelor's degree in English literature. She then went on to pursue graduate studies in the United Kingdom, where she earned a PhD in social anthropology from the University of St. Andrews. Mama's book Women's Studies and Studies of Women in Africa. Mama's early academic work focused on the intersections of gender, race, and colonialism in Africa. In her book Women's Studies and Studies of Women in Africa, Mama argued that Western feminist theories and methodologies were inadequate for understanding the experiences of African women. She called for a more nuanced and context-specific approach to feminist research and activism that takes into account the histories and realities of African women's lives. Amina Mama has also been a vocal advocate for the rights of women and girls in Africa. She has worked on issues such as gender-based violence, women's political participation, and reproductive rights. Mama has been particularly active in building networks and coalitions among feminists in Africa and around the world, working to amplify the voices and perspectives of women from marginalized communities. The Hidden Struggle, Statutory and Voluntary Sector Responses to Violence Against Black Women in the Home. In her book The Hidden Struggle, Statutory and Voluntary Sector Responses to Violence Against Black Women in the Home, Mama examined the ways in which violence against Black women in the home is often ignored or downplayed by mainstream feminists and anti-violence movements. She called for a more inclusive and intersectional approach to addressing gender-based violence that takes into account the experiences of women of color. Mama has also been a leader in the movement to decolonize knowledge and education. She has called for a more critical and reflective approach to academic research and teaching that takes into account the legacies of colonialism and imperialism. Mama has argued that Western knowledge systems are often based on assumptions and biases that reinforce existing power structures and marginalize alternative ways of knowing. In her book Feminism or Femocracy, Feminism and Democratization in Nigeria, Mama analyzed the ways in which the Nigerian government has co-opted feminist language and rhetoric to promote its own agenda. She called for a more critical and nuanced approach to understanding the relationship between the state and feminist movements in Africa. Amina Mama's work has been influential in shaping feminist discourse and praxis, particularly in the areas of decolonizing knowledge, intersectionality. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel.